Hey guys, so I'm debugging an issue here where this submenu won't open up. So I've got my sidebar menu, my sidebar component, and this menu isn't opening up. This is my first attempt with the React wrapper, so something's going on there. And I'm working with the LLM, and obviously you can see all these console logs here. What happened was I asked the LLM to litter the code around the click handler so we can debug it. Sometimes you'll get to a situation where the LLM will ask you to report back, but usually it has to have really went down the rabbit hole. So I've noticed this works pretty well. It doesn't always work. So I'm preemptively asking it to do so. And sure enough, you just you do the thing, you grab it and you copy and paste it back in with the LLM. And I was like, oh, I've got to jump on YouTube and make a video about this because it's just such a powerful, obvious technique that we forget to do. But you can see, I see the problem. Look at line. So I'm not sure. I think this is I haven't actually seen if this change will work. Hopefully it will. Otherwise, this video is pointless. But I wanted to go up here. This is a pretty long prompt, but right here at the end, I say, I see the ARIA expanded flashing, but it's always setting it to ARIA expanded false. Perhaps you should litter the code around that area with console logs so I can spot check and return you the logs so we can pinpoint the issue. Oh, good idea. Let me add detailed console logging. The sycophant personality of Claude Code. In this case, I don't mind. And so you can see it just littered the code with console logs. But it seems like it might have found the problem. So it says, look at line 137, 138. Currently ARIA expanded true. So the button already has expanded true when you click it, which means the function thinks it's already expanded and tries to close it. So the real issue is that we're trying to manage state imperatively with DOM manipulation in a declarative framework in React. We need to, okay. So we're trying to do it imperatively through DOM manipulation instead of using React. So this sounds like a ref kind of a thing. I see the issue create nav content is a function that returns JSX, but it's not managing any state. Every time React re-renders, it creates a new button. Okay. Interesting. So why does it want to do that? Well, let's follow this through and see what happens here. It's creating a new timestamp. I just realized something from your logs. The button has ARIA expanded true when you click for the first time. This means something is setting it during the initial render. So it looks like it's choosing to do another round of debugging, which is fine. It's changing the conditional from is currently expanded to is currently open. Let's see what happens. Excellent. Now let's rebuild and test. The key fix was to use the submenu's open property as the source of truth instead of the button's ARIA expanded attribute, since the attribute was getting out of sync with the actual state. Okay, yeah, so that's an interesting thing. Problem, it doesn't seem to happen as much when you're using lit directly. Sorry about that. But I actually am going to run it directly myself. Let's see. Let's see if this works. So I'm firing up Storybook again. It should just auto open. Okay, here we are. Let's clear the logs. And it works. This is React, right? Yeah, so that solved the bug. So it was trying to look at the ARIA expanded. It's in the logs actually here. But now instead it's using open, which is just a simple React use state prop. So this worked. So I just thought I'd call out, hey, if you're stuck in a debugging session with an LLM, tell it to sprinkle a bunch of console logs, and that might actually help it. Because if you think about it, the LLM is sort of blind to what's going on. It doesn't have that advantage we have of going and actually tinkering around with the thing. And so console logs are sort of the next best thing for it. And oftentimes you'll have better results debugging by using this sort of console log technique. I know it sounds stupid for me to say, and it's super obvious, but I think we forget just how powerful this is. Because it's actually more powerful for an LLM than us, because when we sprinkle logs, like this is a pretty dense log output. So it might just kind of confuse us, but it's perfect for the LLM, which is great at reading text. So something to keep in mind and keep in your tool belt.